Rebonjour, chers frères et sœurs. Nous pouvons reprendre. Donc, nous sommes l'après-midi de ce samedi ensoleillé à Saint-Louis. Comme je vous l'ai dit, nous allons passer à la liste de mes découvertes. Que j'ai réalisées tout au long de mon marathon sans compétition, mais une mission sacrée. Donc, comme je vous l'ai dit, je ne peux que parler en anglais pour le moment. Donc, je vous présente mes travaux à partir de mon livre Future Africa Take-Off in Light of Practice in Chinese Economic Development. Nous sommes à la page 89. Et je cite, In our contemporary era, this essay will become a complete achievement with the author's Africa's economic development right model, following the example of the Great School of China. A light beyond the horizon to the darkness of the past illuminates our present flattery winds. The perspectives of development of sub-Saharan Africa will be possible only through a combination of strategies in light of practice in Chinese economic development and cooperation under globalization according to their similarities and differences of the old and modern ages, although being a brotherhood people of the primitive world. Thus, determined in the further R&D within enhanced academic exchanges, what strategic solutions to adopt by sub-Saharan Africans to promote sustainable economic development and catch up with the developed world. In combined hands, the author wants to focus on the elements that are essential to the promotion of a takeoff and economic growth and overall trends in developing regions and comparative study within globalization. Without this family, no economic activity could take place. For economy is us. To go beyond the modern economic development research process, the combination of the author's one-year anthropological studies at Yunnan University and the results show a brotherhood link lying between all third and fourth world people. Here, discovery of the primitive Chinese descents discloses that they are belong to the Bantu people from the Nile Valley, her origin. And in 2002, a brief comparative research and study of Nashi Domba culture and the old and lost writing system of the Beti Old pictographic chart gave birth to a proposal protocol between the author and the Museum of Nashi Domba of Lijiang was signed, which need a further research and development for more academic and cultural exchanges between these people of the primitive world who have a great and rich cultural background. Dr. Ndomo Melingui Thérèse Aisha said. Section 4.2 New findings. The author identity as descent of slaves Betibe Nanga Bantu African from Cameroon and her ways of investigation from so far Cameroon distinguished records and result unique in its accuracy. Ndomo Melingui Thérèse Aisha, authors writes on all that she discovered and discovers are without doubt protected. 1. Africa-China future win-win game under globalization. After 22 years of research and studies, the findings, whether economic development, either anthropological, historical, record in the global trends will show several indicators, factors in Africa-China future enhancement for development and economic cooperation under globalization. This means new North-South and new South-South cooperation and relations under globalization for a win-win game, boosting to new economic theory, practice, and orientation policy to apply to sub-Saharan Africa and to real-world development problems. A persistent fair claim by these poor countries. 4. No society can surely be flourishing and happy, of which by far the greater part of the numbers are poor and miserable. Growth, poverty, and income distribution need a remarkable change in both worlds to pursue our worldwide development progress, to eradicate poverty by 2030, to shift our tears and search for key solutions for African country development will give rise to a hopeful new model to apply in the future. The research framework presents a complete economical, anthropological analysis and overview with new discoveries that hasn't been previously published by any other research framework before 1995, starting of her echoes as discovery regarding the brotherhood linking China to Africa. 1. The developed countries' debt issues. The author found another hidden cause of backwardness of Africa that is in the debt issue. Nobody really knows who owns what in the debt between northern countries and southern countries. As it has been mentioned in the dissertation, according to the General History of Africa compiled by UNESCO, it seems that African countries still have a big financial reserve on the exchange payment, a North debt on their export commodities 80%, as there is just paid 15% of the value of their export commodity. If that be paid, African country will never be begging anymore, and I believe its economy surely will become a fast takeoff and recovery. 2. The brotherhood link between Asia and Africa, origin of Chinese people from Africa, a primitive brotherhood link of old age. 3. Origin of Chinese language writing, characters and Pinyin alphabet from the primitive Bantu language. Her discovery of the primitive Bantu language writing system chart, alphabet and characters confirm the African presence in ancient Xia, Shang, Zhou, and Tang dynasty in China to be used if recovery for easy communications. 4. The new economic model, Pangmang or Pangma, an ancient brotherhood system or method of help in Shang and Tang dynasty periods. And Mao Zedong reveals the new strategies of cooperation, bargaining, and economic model called Pangmang or Pangma for the shape of African and diasporas. Third world economic development, then set up a new economic order. The model still alive in both continents, Africa and China, and along the third world and fourth world solidarity links. 5. The new inter-regional trade of the old Silk Road. The author's discovery of similarities lying between the two regions of Africa and China could be considered proof of the brotherhood trade heritage of the people of Africa, Asia, and diaspora, especially in West Central Africa and West Central China. Both could become an area of interest to be developed simultaneously, with an increasingly campaign and exchange of cooperation where may take place fair strategies and rules, with intensive pushing forward opening that could boost to the re-establishment of the real old Silk Road, crossing many islands that separate Nubian, Africa, and Asia. Both were Nubians. Africa and Asia, old worlds, where also live a huge population from the starting point that Ndomo Melingui Thérèse Aisha author discovered in December 2002 at Ruli City of Yunnan province, a border city to Burma, Myanmar, longing Mekong River that share 6 Asian countries: Burma, Laos, Thailand, China, Vietnam, and Indochina. She constantly urged that this was the high business way by the rivers of Babylon in ancient times. Some European expeditions are mentioned in her records. The transport difficulties and costs of exchange of raw material and goods by air and sea could be zero cost or reduced if this old way is opened from the Nile Valley, from Africa to Asia, then to the New Worlds. 6. Lake Victoria in Cameroon, the real Victoria Lake and departure point of slave trade via Euphrates to Tigris rivers, where lies Suez Canal, an artificial way cut off set up for Western triangular business interests in Egypt to be bridged, she advocates. Since 7. The author rediscovery of each important point of departure of the Silk Road, of the old Silk Road, through rivers, stream, and inland ways to Kaifeng and Kunming. Her 8. Her old world maps presented during the International Zhenghe Conference in Kunming, Yunnan Province, a memorial event, and as help to the participants, experts, and fellows. An amazing and huge fieldwork records accomplishment with such a little financial possession is unbelievable but true to appreciate and reward. 9. The finding that growth normally precedes an increase in savings suggests that government policies and measures to improve growth should not be limited to boosting the savings rate and ensuring that the financial sector facilitates the productive use of saving. Government also have to consider a large number of determinants of growth, including improving infrastructure, enhancing human capital through education and training, facilitating and contributing to innovate production process through research and development, and ensuring micro stability and a healthy investment climate. Future Africa Sub-Sahara Takeoff in Light of Practice in Chinese Economic Development. Page, as I said, from page 90, from page 89 to page 93. Dr. Ndomo Melingui Thérèse, economist, anthropologist, specialized in world economy, international relations, and economic development. This is just a small list that I decided to display today according to my divine guidance. Share it with them and let them find out if what they know is what you know. Thank you, Lord. I'm God's servant and his people. I love all of you, and I will always be there for help in both aspects, spiritual and human ways. God bless all of you. We are today, July 9th, 2022. We still have a lot of discoveries. Let's continue. God bless all of you.